What is up, guys? Welcome to the Galaxy's Greatest YouTube channel. My name is Austin Peffer. I am the Galaxy's Greatest. We have an NBA predictions video for you today. We are predicting the entire playoffs here. I am here with my usual co-host Shane DeVoe and a brand new guest. If you want to introduce yourself.
Jamie, nice to meet you.
Jamie, nice to meet you. Yep. So, let's just get right into it. We're going to start off with the Western Conference. Now, I want to let you guys know, these two have the knowledge. I don't.
We have the knowledge, you have the power, right?
I have the power. That's right.
So the first round matchup is the number one seed and two-time defending champions, Golden State Warriors, go up against the Los Angeles Clippers.
All right. Shane, go ahead with your prediction here.
I had this as going to be in a four-game sweep. The Warriors,
Four-game sweep?
The Warriors are too good. They can even win without Steph Curry. It's just later on in the rounds it's going to determine if they can win without him.
Jamie.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty quick series. The Warriors are they're just so much better than Clippers. The Clippers, I wouldn't be surprised if they took like one game based on just how hard they play each game, but it'll probably be 4-1 would be my guess.
I also got the Warriors. I mean, they're just too damn good. I mean, Clippers are a good team, but the Warriors are just out of this world. I'm going to say the Clippers take a game, though. I say they take game 3 or 4, but I'm going to take the Warriors at 5.
Houston Rockets, number 4 seed, going against the Utah Jazz, the 5th seed.
Alrighty. So what do we have here?
For Houston Jazz, this is probably going to be probably the closest series. They match up pretty well. The head-to-head series was 2-2. James Harden's playing on a different level right now, and I don't think the Jazz, even though they're one of the best defensive teams, can stop him. And I have the Rockets. I have them in 6.
6 games, okay. Yeah. I have also the Houston Rockets winning. I think they have a lot to prove this year, considering for the last 2 or 3 years, they said this is the team to beat the Warriors with most of their stacked rosters, excluding a few players this year. I think this potentially could go 7 games, depending on which way it goes, but I think it's going to go a minimum of 6. Houston Rockets winning.
I also have Rockets in 6. So next we have the Blazers and the Thunder.
I have the upset here, the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the Portland Trail Blazers. This is where the superstars shine. Russell Wilson has been in this spot before.
Russell Wilson?
Well, sorry, Westbrook has been in this spot before. His cousin, no. But Paul George, first time he's been in the playoffs in the West for his career. It's going to be second time. But it's going to be very difficult for him. Now that he knows how to play, he's used to this team. I think they're going to ball out. I think Russell Westbrook's going to average triple-double for this whole series, and Paul George is probably going to get 30 to 12 rebounds this whole series, and they win in 4.
Yeah, I don't think this is much of an upset. I mean, I just think the Trailblazers are really injured right now. I mean, they don't have Nurkic, their starting center. McCollum is still banged up, and then the Thunder. Yeah, I just think I just think they're way better than the 6 seeds, just because they've been pretty crappy their last, their home stretch. So yeah, I got the Thunder in 6, and also Paul George was an MVP discussion before he got hurt down the stretch as well. So
and he might win Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm also going to go with the Thunder. Again, I wouldn't call it much of an upset. Only by seeding it'd be an upset, really. But I'm going to say Thunder does it in, I'm going to say 6. Maybe 7. I'm going to say 6, though.
Okay. The number 2 seed, Denver Nuggets, going against the 7th seed, San Antonio Spurs.
Alrighty. Jamie.
All right. I really flip-flop between these two. I think I'm going to stick with the Nuggets, but I think it's going to take 7 games because you have basically Greg Popovich and all his reliable players, all the veterans, versus the Nuggets, who are younger and the first series, inexperienced. I could see it wouldn't shock me if the Spurs win this, and if it gets to Game 7, it's going to worry me about the Nuggets, but I'll still take the Nuggets in 7, but I don't feel the greatest about it.
I am going to pick the upset of the Spurs in this.
Okay.
With the new addition of DeMar DeRozan this offseason, them trading for him, unbelievable pickup for them to get back a player who is high quality in replace of Kawhi Leonard, who is arguably better than DeMar DeRozan, but
it's not arguably.
Well, before his injury, and then
I still think Kawhi's way better, but
I think this is a series that Popovich is going to win. He's mentally the best coach we have seen in this league since Phil Jackson. think the Spurs have a lot more of the win in this game than the Nuggets.
Okay, you say that happens in
4.
4? Sweet. Damn.
I think they're that much better.
I'm actually gonna go with the Nuggets, and like Jamie, I think this could go either way. I have it going to 7. Really, it comes down to like Nuggets they're very youthful, which could, be a big factor in the playoffs because experience over inexperience exactly. But I'm gonna say Nuggets are a really good home team, so I'm gonna go with the Nuggets since they have that home advantage.
Jokic is going to show up this time. Or not this time, but he's going to show up.
Let's move on to the East. The Milwaukee Bucks take on the Detroit Pistons. Let's get this over with.
MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo sweep 4-game series over.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really discussed MVP, but I'm also on Giannis. I just think if you have the best record overall of any teams, and James Harden, I think it's
could go either way.
It could go either way, but I would say Giannis he just means so much to his team, and he plays offense and defense, which is the key to me.
James Harden doesn't do one of those.
I mean, James Harden's gotten better at defense, but it's not even comparable. But anyway, as far as this series is probably the biggest joke on the whole bracket. I mean, the Pistons have no chance. I mean, also Blake Griffin is banged up right now, which he always is. So yeah, the sweep.
I'm also going to take the Bucks in a sweep. I think it's been a really long time since the Bucks even got through round 1. But I think they break through this time around and they get it done pretty easily. I think they sweep.
Yeah, I think it went 7 last year against the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't like predicting sweeps, but here I feel like I gotta.
The next one we have is the Boston Celtics go up against the Indiana Pacers without Victor Oladipo.
All right, Jamie.
I had a lot of time to think about this. I thought it was going to be close, but the more times I thought about it, the Celtics are basically a better version of the Pacers with better players and a better coach. I think it's going to be probably 4-1. I think the Pacers will get 1 game, but unless the Celtics just implode like they've had all year, which is very impossible, and also the Marcus Smart injury doesn't help. But I still think they're just much better than Pacers. If Pacers had Oladipo, I think you'd have to really consider. But yeah, Celtics in 5.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Celtics in 5. This is a series that if the Boston Celtics lose, it'll be a shame on Kyrie Irving, even him coming back, and it's going to determine that he will definitely leave and go to New York.
Well, I think he's going to New York either way. But
I also have Celtics in 5.
Celtics 5, okay.
Yep. Sixers against the Nets. Jamie will let you start off
his
here.
team will let him start
I'm an
off.
obvious Sixers fan. The Nets have played them hard every time we've faced each other, 2-2 in head-to-head meetings. I mean, D'Angelo Russell's been amazing this season, along with Jared Allen, their center. But I just think when it comes to playoffs, you shorten the bench, and stars are more important than ever. And the Sixers, to me, I could see the Nets getting 1, maybe 2, but I think it's going to be in 5 games. The Nets will probably get 1 in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I also have the 76ers win this one. This is arguably, my opinion, the favorite to win the East. I think this is the favorite in the 76ers. They have all the talent. They have the more star power. And this is the year that Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and now with Jimmy Butler, they have Tobias, they have to prove that this is their year. They have to make it out of the East. Now, with LeBron no longer there, they have to win it.
And don't forget JJ Redick as well.
I have the Sixers in 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the Nets are going to get a couple wins in there. And then finally for round 1 of the East, round 1 all together, we have the Raptors and the Magic. Shane, who are you taking here?
Raptors, 4 games. It's not even a competition here.
I mean, as far as I think the Raptors probably in 5. I mean, I think the Magic have overachieved, but then again, as bad as they've been at drafting, yeah, I would say this is definitely an overachievement. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the Raptors are just too good for the Magic. I think this is probably the most boring of the series because I just don't care about watching the Magic personally.
I'm going to say Raptors get this easily. I'm going to say in 5. I feel like Orlando's going to get a sneaky win out of, well, for lack of a better term, out of Magic. But
good point.
Yeah, so I have the Raptors. So let's see, we agreed on almost everything here. So we're going to continue with this tournament. So for the West, we would have the Warriors and the Rockets. All three of us would have Warriors and Rockets. So Shane, who would you take there?
I am calling the upset with the Houston Rockets finally beating the monster and Golden State Warriors. I think it's going to go 7 games again. I think it's going to have to go in order for them to win. This is all including if Steph Curry is injured, if Durant chokes, and if DeMarcus Cousins gets flagrant foul and injected. But with that said, I think it's going to go 7 games. I think Chris Paul is going to stay healthy throughout this whole round, and James Harden is going to go on a freaking tear.
Okay, I've been back and forth with this series. I've been saying close to all year that the Rockets are the one team that actually believe they can beat the Warriors. They're not scared of the Warriors like most of the teams in the West are. But I just don't think this. If they didn't, since they added Boogie Cousins, even though DeMarcus Cousins does make them worse defensively, because he's a defensive liability just like Steph Curry is. Mm-hmm. Even with that said, I just can't trust Chris Paul's health. I can't. There's too many if factors. I mean, James Harden always wears down in the playoffs. I mean, granted, this is the second round, so we'll see. But I'll take the Warriors in 7. I know it's maybe a safe pick, but
I also have to go safe here. I got to go with the Warriors. I think I actually had them in 6. I think I'm going to go Warriors in 6. Well, this is one of our different ones. So we all have the Thunder. Jamie and I have them facing the Nuggets. You have them facing the Spurs. Uh-huh. So where would you go from there?
If I have the Thunder playing the Spurs, I'm going to have to pick the Thunder. The Thunder have arguably the better overall roster talent with all their players. I think they get it done within 6 games. It's going to be a hard-fought 6 games, but the Thunder move on to the conference finals.
All right. And then you and I have Nuggets and Thunder.
I'm going to go Thunder here because, again, I think the experience could get the Nuggets in the first round. I definitely think it's going to get them in this round. I think Russell Westbrook is going to dominate the guards of the Nuggets, that being Murray and Harris and Barton. And I think Steven Adams can contain Jokic as well. Uh-huh. So I just think the Thunder match up really well against them. Thunder have one of the better defensive teams. Then again, the Nuggets have one of the best offensive teams. So but yeah, I have the Thunder. But I will take the Thunder. I'll take the Thunder in 6.
6, okay.
I kind of want to go Nuggets in 7.
You kind of do.
I kind of want to take a Cinderella story here. I'm gonna go Nuggets in 7 because why the hell not? Okay. I want to be a little different here. The Bucks and the Celtics. Shane, who would you take here?
I'll have to go with the Bucks with this. They are the most favorite team. They have to win this game, but I think the Celtics could make it go to 7 games potentially. But no one has been able to stop Giannis this whole year when he gets into the paint. That's going to be a hard thing for the Celtics without Marcus Smart now. So I had to pick the Milwaukee Bucks in 5.
Okay.
Celtics and the Bucks. I'm torn on this one. I think the Bucks will win, but it wouldn't try because to me the Celtics can beat anyone if they're not imploding. But I think the Bucks would win just because they can go depth with the Celtics. I'm really torn on this one, but yeah, I guess I'll take the Bucks. I'll take the Bucks in 7.
7, okay.
I'm gonna go Celtics in 7.
Celtics in 7, okay.
The Sixers and the Raptors. Jamie?
All right, so obviously again as a Sixers fan here.
There comes the biased opinion.
I definitely fear, as far as Sixers go, I would definitely fear the Raptors. There's no doubt. Again, I just think when playoffs start, the more stars you have, the better chance you have of winning. To me, depth doesn't really matter a ton. It does when you don't have a ton of stars, but the Sixers having arguably 4 stars, and then I'd probably say 2 or 3 of them, or 2 of them are superstars. which most teams, the Raptors definitely can't say that. I mean, they do have Kawhi, and Siakam has gotten better each year. He's a difference maker. But I still say the Sixers, but it's going to be close. I have the Sixers in 7.
Okay. I have, in this situation, I would have to have the Sixers in 7 as well. I don't trust the Raptors. They always, when you want them to win, they choke. They prove it every year. They choke. I have to pick the 76ers getting into the conference finals.
I guess great minds think alike. I also have the Sixers in 7. Like you said, I don't really trust Toronto that much. So for the West, I believe we all have different.
We have 2 different
takes here. So Shane, you have the Rockets and the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. Who would you take there?
In that case, I'll have to pick the Thunder. I think the Thunder have more chances to actually win those games. Paul George, again, injury prone. He's going to get injured some point this postseason. Paul George potentially could go off. He could lose some games. Russell Westbrook, different. He varies a lot during his whole playoffs, and he also wears down the quickest with James Harden when he gets triple-double after triple-double. But in the end, I think the Thunder are going to win this one and go to their second finals.
Jamie, you would have the Warriors and the Thunder, I believe. So who would you take there?
I would like this series to be close. I'm not sure. I just can't say that it will be because Westbrook is just... I know he has Paul George now. He's just not good enough when it comes to the Warriors. He lets emotions get in the way. So I think, I'll take the Warriors in 6, which I guess is still kind of close, but I just don't see it going 7. It could also be 5.
I have the Nuggets and the Warriors, and here I think is where the Cinderella story would end. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, there's no kidding yourself. You have to go with the Warriors. I was originally thinking 6, but now I'm going to say 5. I say they get it done pretty quickly. The Eastern Finals for us, so you have the Bucks and the Sixers.
In that case, I will have to pick the Sixers going to the finals. I think the Sixers will have the most opportunity and most momentum at that point with all their superstars. It's only one superstar and Giannis Antetokounmpo against 2 superstars and a star of 4 stars with the 76ers. That usually stars win in the end. 76ers in 7.
Now, I've watched the last 2 Bucks and Sixers games. The Bucks won the one before the latest one, or no, the Sixers won before the latest one. The Bucks won the most recent one, and the Sixers game plan, which what they've shown so far, is that they'll let Giannis do whatever he wants, but take out all the others. It didn't work as well last game. I mean, granted, stars were out for both, or players were out for both teams. But with that being said, also the Bucks they have big men that can really stretch the floor, which kind of hurts the Sixers because Joel has to go out into the 3-point line. I haven't really mentioned this before, but Ben Simmons is always a liability because he just can't shoot, and the ability to foul him. It also kind of hurts Joel because Joel has to come out to the 3-point line because Ben Simmons is inside because he can't shoot 3-pointers or really mid-range. But with all that said, I know that's a lot against the Sixers. Again, I just go to me, talent wins. The Sixers scare me if it gets close with any series because Brett Brown has proved to not really show up in the last couple minutes in games, and his game plan has just not been very good. But I'm going to take the Sixers in 7 again.
Well, I have the Celtics and the Sixers. I've been back and forth on it. I think it would go to 7. I'm going to take the Celtics. Yeah.
I don't blame you for that.
I'm going to take the Celtics.
The Celtics have owned the Sixers.
what?
Yeah. In 7. I'm going to go in 7, but I'm going to say it's going to be the
Sixers
Celtics.
just don't match up well against the Celtics.
Yeah. So I think we all have different finals here. So you have the Thunder and the Sixers. Who wins the NBA championship this year?
If it comes down to that situation, Russell had already been to a finals before. Back in 2012 against the Miami Heat with that big 3 and LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. Ultimately, they lost that series, but I think that hardened pun intended, Harden, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant, to eventually one winning out of those three winning a championship. I think this is Russell Westbrook's year. He has to do it for the city of Oklahoma City. They win in 6.
Okay. Jamie, you have the Warriors and the Sixers. Who you taking?
Now, as far as the finals go, this is where I think the finals and experience comes in, because the finals is a different animal, obviously. I think the Warriors are going to win this game, and it's more because I could see the younger Sixers not being ready for the moment. I could see just bad plays executed by Brett Brown, or just Ben Simmons having a crucial turnover that I've seen. But it's going to be close, but I think the Warriors will win in 6, and they will have their three-peat, right? Yeah, their three-peat.
So I have the Warriors and the Celtics, and I think at this point, if Warriors make it to as long as they make it to the championship, I think it's theirs for the taking. I have the Warriors over the Celtics in 5. I think they get it. I think they're all set in, and they just do it.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
So we have a Warriors winning, a potential Warriors winning, although he likes to see the 76ers, and I have hopefully the Thunder winning this year.
Okay. All right, so I love the mix of opinions there. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals this year? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, hit subscribe for more content by the Galaxy's Greatest. I am Austin Peffer, Shane DeVoe, and Jamie. We'll see you guys next time.